Hey guys, how are ya? Hope you're all doing great, and thanks for watching this video, man. I gotta just have to say, I'm gonna have to say something about. I'm gonna actually title this video. Who is this? Where is this scam here? Is Investfest a scam, or is JT the pocket watcher a scam? You know, I've been listening to JT the pocket watcher, and I've also been listening to EYL, Ian, all these people because they're scams and all that stuff. EYL recently had an Investfest, and my man Rashad, came onto Investfest dressed in something that looked like it was they were pajamas, but hey, he was silky. He had these things on. He had his swagger on and everything, you know. And this is at Investfest. Now, the reason why I have to say this, there's two people who like to criticize everything positive that happens in the community, or everything positive that happens in our community that does not suit the status quo. You know, so if you go to a lot of these investment seminars, people are dressed up a certain way. People are dressed up in suits and all that stuff. At Investfest, this is not what they were asking you to do. And Rashad walks up there dressed and he's showing the things, you know, he's showing his gear and all that stuff, which is just black culture to me. It's hip hop. You know, JT, the bigger figure, JT, the pocket watcher, comes out and says, oh, he starts laughing at them. That's why they are a scam. Because who does that at an investment conference? You know, and they're also like bringing rappers on this stuff to invest. I'm like, why not? Why do you have to dress in a suit? Why can't you just dress in the things that we dress in, that we wear differently? Yes, I have suits. Most people have suits, but most of the time, I don't want to wear a suit, and that should be okay. You know, I want to wear a hoodie. If that's what I want to wear, I want to wear that. If I want to wear a t-shirt with some jeans and some Air Force Ones on, that is okay. That should be okay. And Rashad walked up there and showed his what he was wearing, his drip, and it was fine. But JT says, oh, that means they're a scam. I don't understand all this scam thing. I've been listening to EYL myself for the past 3 years, and they've helped me make money. Simple. I haven't paid Ian Dunlap to trade and do things with him. I haven't paid any of the guys in EYL, but I just listen. YouTube, free. He says two texts, 2 indexes. You know, one index, 2 texts, 2 indexes, 1 index, depending on how you want to look at it. And you do the same. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Microsoft, plus QQQQ. You keep it that way and you're going to make money. That's it. You don't have to do anything special. Just listen to those things and make money. But then JT turns around and says they're scammers. How are they scammers? The people have been, every day I listen to these guys, they're saying something positive. They're telling us something about the economy. They're telling something about how to invest and how to do these things. How are they scamming anybody? Not in today's world. You can do your research and all that stuff, but JT is an educated person. JT, the pocket watcher, is an educated person. And when you get educated, you don't really learn. You get brainwashed to see things a certain way and think a certain way. Only people that take that, and it's not, there's an investor called Guy Spear. He said the same thing. After university, he had a job as an investor, he had a job at the prominent, he's a Jew, so I'm telling you, he had a job at one of the biggest places, I think, where you could work. He didn't like how they worked, but at the end of the day, they made a lot of money. Eventually, some of the people ended up getting arrested because they were doing some dodgy stuff. He didn't get arrested. But he learned something. He realized that if I have to succeed in this business, I have to do away with everything I learned at school, because that's not how things work. And he changed his mindset on that. He focused more on doing good. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be going to university and you shouldn't learn to be an engineer or a scientist or even an accountant. Yes, you should. But you have to be very careful as well. You know, you gotta learn to think. Sometimes you gotta learn to think a certain way. There's a thing that the brain is not designed for. There's a way of thinking that the brain is not designed for. And I want you to listen to this very carefully. You know, we are all biased. It doesn't matter what people say. We are all biased. Our brain thinks like that all the time. It's wired like that. Now, You can teach, it's going to be very hard, but you can teach a brain to think a certain way. Let's say you are a conservative American politician. Everything you look at, you're going to be biased. I'll give you an example. Let's talk about the war in Ukraine. Most people in America will look at the war in Ukraine and support Ukraine, right? Straight away. Oh, the Russians, especially because we're so brainwashed in the way we think about the Russians, from Hollywood movies to hate communism, blah, blah, all those things, right? So we've been brainwashed in the way we even look at the Russians. So your brain, the moment you hear, oh, Russia is attacking Ukraine, your brain is going to go straight to supporting Ukraine, right? But what I'm telling you is to teach yourself to look at Ukraine and the reason why they should fight this war, and spend time learning it, and then flip the coin and look at Russia and spend the same amount of time reasoning with why Russia that is important. And at the end of that, then make judgment. It's a very hard thing to do. But when you teach your brain to do that, that is when you become a better person. And that is hard to see, even especially for educated people, because this house, I spent 4 years getting this degree. This is how things are done. Well, sometimes it's not how things are done. That was just someone's idea of how things are done. Okay, so JT, I understand, and I'm not saying is a bad person, but I just think his approach to these things is wrong. Every person in the black community who's trying to do something, he calls him a scam. Or they're scammers, they're scam artists and all this stuff. And yes, some of them might be. But what we should be teaching people is about how they can detect these scammers and how to safeguard your money. How there's no such thing as quick money or fast money. You gotta take it easy, you gotta safeguard your money, and you gotta find ways. There are certain things people have to tick before you even give them money. Okay? But the thing is, there's always going to be scammers in this. At the same time, we should not use scare tactics, because our people are already financially damaged. Yes, they've been scammed before. Yes, all these things have happened. And instead of us looking for opportunities, we are looking only for scammers, and then we see scammers in everything. That's not an approach to how you do things. So people who went to Investfest, they learned a lot. I listened to some of the speeches people gave. The guy, LeBron James's agent, Rich Paul, his speech was amazing. Most of the guys there, you listen to what they said, it's like inspiring you. Where should I go? Beyonce concert or Investfest? I'm going to Investfest because I learned a lot from that. And instead of JT just saying these people are scammers, there's sometimes where you can say, you know what? Maybe you don't need to invest money with them or with Ian Dunlap or with the Wall Street Trap or something. But you can go to if you're going to go to a Beyonce concert, you might as well go into some of these, because not only are you going to get Ja Rule performing, you're also going to get some knowledge about investing, which is why this is very important. Investfest, I think, is one of the biggest things that is happening in an African American community. Because I've looked around the world, you look at the Jews, you look at the Arabs, you look at all these other groups, the Chinese. One of the biggest things they all have is investing their money together and then using it to achieve things. And we haven't done that. We haven't worked together like that. And through investing together, the Jews will buy something together, will buy up the whole community together, and they all get rich together. At some point, we gotta start somewhere. And just knowing about investing is a step closer to us coming together and doing something together. But we're just saying everyone is a scammer. Some people are even saying Akon is a scammer. I disagree with that. If Akon is the scammer, he should be in jail. He's in America right now. I've seen people who are true scammers who are now in jail, crypto scammers who were scamming people in America who are now in jail. Akon did not scam people. What he said, he came up with Aircoin. Yes, at the moment, the crypto market has collapsed. There's not much money you're making in that. People need to get paid. Nothing is free. To develop that coin, people need to get paid. And a lot of things are made in advance, right? So he didn't come to you and say, please beg you to invest. No, you invested in Aircoin because you saw the potential. But what anyone is going to, I invested in Cardano because I heard they were doing stuff in Africa, and I thought, okay, I'll put some money in. Cardano hasn't done anything. If anything, it's like maybe 90% down right now. Hey, a lot of people did invest in Cardano, and they still hope, because it's not the end of the world. Unless all the coins get banned, then you say, okay, now I've lost money. But the coins are still there. Might be another 3, 4, 5 years before crypto starts reaching its highest levels again. But the way you look at these things, I'm not saying Cardano they scammed me. No, they didn't scam me, because I only invested money in that I was more than willing to lose, and I was okay with that. And these are the things we need to start looking at. Instead of just calling everyone a scammer, this one is scammer, this black person is a scammer. We're gonna scare people from starting something. I'll give you an example like Waramaya. Waramaya could easily start 100 companies in Africa right now, and all of them will be successful, but he's scared. He's scared because of what people would say. People are going to call him a scam, because that's what we always do. We are quick to call our own people scammers. No one calls Grant Cardone a scammer. No one. But our own people is quick to say scammers. And then we are scaring the rest of our community from coming together and investing our money together. This needs to stop. Thank you, guys. I just thought I should say that. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. And please subscribe. Please. Goodbye.